We're a few years away from that. Until we get the volumes and until we get a North American battery manufacturing company that can really make batteries that we want to make. You see on the big car companies, they're all putting huge billions of dollars of capital investment into new battery plants. We don't have that kind of capital, we don't have that kind of balance sheet. So we have to piggyback off those kind of guys. I know that there's a consortium right now between PACCAR and another truck company to get their own battery plant. So right now I buy my batteries from Cattle. They're a very good battery. They're costly batteries. I don't have the volume that a Toyota or VW has. I think we're seeing some of that pricing for those big car companies less than $100 a kilowatt hour. So you're seeing the price come down on some of the higher volume passenger cars. But in my space, it's still going to be $250 to $300 per kilowatt hour. So it's pretty costly right now. We're happy with what we have right now. We tested the W56. I think I talked about it last year at the trade show, over 260,000 miles. We are advertising a 150-mile range in all weather conditions. Our test results are much bigger than 150, but we want to protect ourselves for battery degradation over a 7 or 8 year. We have an 8-year warranty on the batteries. Then you have hot weather out in Arizona and California. You have cold weather upstate New York, Minnesota. So we're very comfortable that our truck can cover 150 miles day one through year 8. We have a dealer network of 12. Half of those are basically in California from north to south. We just signed up a new dealer for the Seattle and Oregon area, Tacoma, Seattle, down to Portland. We have a couple in the Minnesota, Iowa area. We got the cover over to Michigan. We got a couple in New York. We're working on another one in New York City. Got one down in Georgia and Texas. So we're in a pretty good position, I think, right now.
Yeah.
We're starting to see lots of inquiries from government-owned fleets, government-funded fleets out in California. So California school districts, cities, counties, regions, San Diego Zoo. We got an order for one of our Tropos vehicles that we built with Tropos. UCal, Berkeley, Stanford. So we're starting to see some of the government-funded fleets starting to go to EV. Well, and then the last year, since I talked to you last time, there's already been a serious consolidation or rationalization of the space. Mm-hmm. It's costly to start up a company. It's costly to design the truck. It's costly to source the parts, tool up the factories. A lot of these startup companies didn't come with a factory. They talked about building a factory. You remember one of the companies talked about building 25 factories in 5 years. And I said, that's a pipe dream. Right? And that company's now filed for insolvency protection. So there's going to be a few of us that can get through. It really relies on how fast the fleets are going to start buying EVs. There'll be further consolidation. There'll be further rationalization. Only a few people will survive. It could be a consolidation of two with the right private equity backer to do it, or it's going to be one of the big truck companies or especially vehicle manufacturer comes in and said, I like what you've done. It fits my product portfolio. I got a balance sheet that can finish the job. Cash is really critical for us right now. So we've worked with our suppliers. They're very good about, hey, let's slow down some inventory until I get some orders here. I got some stock that I got to move. We're talking to dealers about that. I talked to Green Power and said, slow down your orders. I don't need trucks right now until I can move some trucks. So managing cash is like day one job right now.
Yeah.
Trying to find investors that are willing to back you after some of them have been burned. But there's always somebody out there to say, you know what, maybe we're through the worst of the storm and it's time to come in. This is the time to come in. I think we're, like I said earlier, we're on like the 1 yard line. We got to score. But I played Army football, and I've been there on the 1 yard line. I've seen us fumble at the 1 yard line too. So you got to punch it in the end zone before that. From day one, I've told the board, there's about 3 options here. One is we can try to go on our own, but it's going to be very tough. And it's going to cost a lot of money, more than you think. 2, we get it to a point where we've got it almost to the finish line, and another big OEM tucks us into it, and now they've got a balance sheet, and then you get the leverage also of their supply chain, their dealer network, their parts group. They got good financing. You can go look at the truck companies. They're all big companies. They come off some rough years during COVID, but now they're really good. Right, rated balance sheet. I've had to close plants in North America. There's nothing worse than standing in front of a workforce and telling them to close, you're losing your livelihood. Go find a job. I've done that around the world. I've also built 14 plants. And what I want to finish my career is making Union City successful. And I want to see that plant grow. When I got there, we had 30 people. I think today we have just over 120 people there, mix of hourly and salary. And that plant used to employ 1,000 people.
Wow.
1,000 people in a community of 8,000 people. That changes lives, right? Yeah. And if that's what I'm doing, and that's the last thing I do as a CEO in the auto industry, then I've done my jobs.